Hi, it's Deborah from Beacon of Light, and today is Friday, August 18th. So, I don't know about you all, but I've had a couple people this week in my work environment that have just gone off on me. Very, very much blaming me for how they feel. And if you listen to my videos, you know that I try to preach that you can't blame anybody else for your emotions. You have to work on them yourself, and there's emotional intelligence, and you can't blame anybody for how you feel. You have complete control of your emotions. But I've had two people this week in separate incidences that have verbally and written and in writing attacked me, saying I made them feel a certain way. So obviously I have triggered them. And, triggers are important because it's when somebody triggers us, we are being asked to shake up whatever is limiting us, whatever is causing us this thought process. So I've triggered people, and you know what? They've triggered me as well, because I then go into a fight or flight mode and freeze because I'm caught off guard, because people are getting so upset with me because I'm asking them a simple question. In my mind, it's this very simple question. Like the simple question is, why did you put this date on this paperwork? As simple as that. And they automatically go into a response of, you're accusing me of something, and I don't like the way you asked that question, and stuff like that. It's like, this is really weird. So where my intention was very lighthearted, it has triggered other people in response interpretation very, very differently. And it's happened twice this week. So I wanted to do something different today, in case you ever have these type of experiences. And if you don't, that's okay too, but I'm having them. So I'm going to pull a card from here, and I have this deck, the Wisdom Oracle, and then I have the Empathic Oracle. So I want to see what the message is for me right now, because in my thought process and in my intentions, I'm being very I'm just doing my job. I'm being very professional. I'm doing my job. But I have other people. I have two other people that were very triggered by me asking them questions. And I think that's, I'm confident it's an insecurity on their part. But I want to know why I have to be the teacher. And because it triggers me as well. So there must be something within this that I need to understand within myself about how I present myself to others and how I'm received as well. So let's see what the Wisdom Oracle first has to say. It's when situations happen, it's important to take a deeper look at what's going on the inside of the person. It's up to them to do their own work, their own homework about what it is that's causing them to be triggered. But I got to do the homework on my side too. So let me put these over here. Oh, and Thelma wants to come up. Here she comes. Come on, kitty. Come on, you can come up. You want to come up, Thelma? She'll join us. I didn't leave her a lot of space to jump up here. Hold on. Sorry, that's gonna be a longer video. Come on, kitty. Come on. All right, you'll figure it out. All right, let's see. There she is. Hi, baby girl. And she's been a really good girl this week. Really great girl. Okay. Wisdom of the Oracle. Oh, one of them. Actually, we'll take these two. They kind of came out together. First card is Deep Knowing. Yeah. And this one is Unfinished Symphony. All right. And then we're going to pull a couple from this Empathic Oracle. And if you don't like me doing these little type of videos, just let me know in the comments. Or if you do like them, I could do more of this type of stuff. Oops, one of them already flipped over. I didn't even realize it. The Moon, Your Story, Hero, and crown chakra. That's very interesting. Any other ones flipped over? Oh, Thelma. Hi, pretty girl. Oh, hello. All right, I think that's it. I'm going to take those cards because usually when I find a deck that happens in, either I put them back in incorrectly and now it wants me to correct it, or, I mean, it just happened to flip over and I didn't know that. So there's lots of cards here, and of course Thelma is here to help. Thank you, Thelma. Oh, all right. All right, so again, we had deep knowing. Oh, now she's going to get frustrated. She thinks I'm playing with her paws. She doesn't like her paws played with. She's going to bite me. We have hero, your story, in the moon. So this deep knowing, this is about, yeah, she doesn't like me playing with her paws. All right. So there's this opening with this crown chakra. There's this opening. There's this higher consciousness. Remember, I kind of been talking about that all week long, this higher consciousness that's being received, this new beginning. And there's more to us than our physical bodies. There's this spiritual connection. And our crown chakra invites this energy in, and it opens up to this higher source of knowledge and wisdom. And this is where this deep knowing, I think, is coming in, because it has an owl on here. It's knowledge and wisdom. The owl represents this knowledge and wisdom. And I think this unfinished symphony is like, we're playing out this part, this musical symphony, because it's got a keyboard here. We're playing out this musical symphony that is showing us how things could be more in harmony in our life, and how maybe the way one perceives it is the only way they've ever been conditioned to knowing something. So the only way, so there's a deep knowing that's been conditioned in other people's lives, and even in my life, where I don't like conflict. So when somebody, gets mad at me, I go into a freeze or a flight or freeze mode, a fight or flight freeze mode. And then what happens is, that's my trigger. And then their trigger is to be very defensive and hostile towards me because of how they feel. So each side of this conversation is receiving the information and interpreting it differently. Okay, you gotta move your cute little butt, little Thelma. Come on, move your little butt. Come on. Okay, go on, jump down. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Come on, get out of here. Let me move her off of here. Hold on. She seemed to be a little bit stuck. I had to move her off. So there's this deep knowing that we're healing something. We're finishing where something was unfinished, where something had not been explored, some sort of harmonic symphony, some sort of harmonic resolution had still not been explored. So we're receiving information that will allow us to use our wisdom and knowledge in the current moment, rather than always doing what we have always done. When a trigger comes up, it's a wound. It's something for us to have the potential to heal and to see it in a different way. So there was unfinished business within myself, within the other parties that I engaged in with this past week, where we are working on healing that wound through the contact that we have made. And like I look at this hero and your story in the moon, it's almost like we're our own hero in this lifetime. We are our own hero. We get to write the story we want to live. So in order to truly write that story we want to live, we have to get rid of what no longer serves us, what no longer resonates with us. So we have to actually uncover it somehow. So it's very possible these other two souls that I've entangled with this week, we all have something to learn here. We all have something to let go of. And our souls maybe have this contract right now to come up to that comes in and says, okay, we both need a little bit of healing in this area. Let's trigger each other so that we can find that experience, or learning that experience in a different way. And then let's write a new story. Let's be the hero of our own lives and allow us to see it in a different way. Now, again, I cannot speak for the other two individuals that I had contact with, but I can make this my story. I can rewrite what's happening in my situation by allowing and understanding that we're all going through something. I can give grace. I mean, there's a couple different things I could possibly do. I could go to HR because some of the things that have been presented to me have been really inappropriate and uncalled for. So there's a couple things I could do, but what's the purpose of that? It just causes that strife to continue on and on and on, whatever's going on there. So, I mean, offering grace, I mean, if it got to the point where then it got escalated, I might have to do that. But at this point in time, offering grace and understanding that everybody's going through something right now, and there's so much tender, like everyone's just very tender right now. So if something gets poked or something like that, or that wound is so tender, it can easily start bleeding again, and it just causes frustration and infection, and it can get really carried out of the way. So right now it's tender. I don't want to poke that even further, so it starts getting infected and raw, and I don't want to do that. I want to be the hero of my own journey, and I want to allow this time for me to rewrite my story and how I really want to live and how I want people to see me. I want to be conscious of my word choices. I want to be conscious of my actions, and I want to be able to communicate effectively. So I really kind of think that what this is trying to tell me is it's giving me an opportunity to rewrite my story, to be the hero of my own journey and write myself a new path, write myself my what I want to do. And how it's going to play out for me is going to be how I choose to respond to these type of situations. The moon is acknowledging the shadow sides, the part that we don't know, because the moon is the unconscious, the parts of ourselves. I mean, when we can acknowledge that there is a part of ourself that has been left behind and in the unconscious world, and it's yet to be discovered for ourselves, let's take a look at this moon and have some compassion for it and some deeper understanding and some tenderness for ourselves, that there's so much here yet to be illuminated for ourselves. So I kind of feel like there's incoming information for me to respond differently. Again, I feel like this is over and over and over for me. Like, and that's where this is a broken record going on. It's unfinished symphony. It's almost like there's a record that just keeps playing around and around for me to learn another way of communicating or interacting with others at a more compassionate, understanding, graceful approach, type of way. And that maybe that's what's very much needed from me in order to be successful in other areas of my life, even with doing YouTube videos. Maybe there's something here that I can take away later on and expand them in my readings or something like that. I just don't know. But this is how I troubleshoot things. This is how I troubleshoot things that come up in my life. I pull out my cards. I kind of take a look at them, and I will, I turn this on myself and say, okay, what came up that I need to work with? Because when I do the work myself, the universe then says, okay, we're going to give that other person, well, if hopefully the other people are open. And I do know that they are spiritual people. So that's why I kind of think all of this that's going on right now, I do know those other two people well enough that I know that they're spiritual. So I think the universe is kind of conspiring for all of us to kind of nudge, trigger each other to open up a little bit more. But what is it trying to show us? It's trying to show us how we can be the heroes of our own story, how we can write our own story instead of living our past, instead of living in the same experience over and over and over from the past. It wants us to be the hero of our soul. It wants us to write a brand new story. It wants us to uncover everything that's been covered up, each layer, and it wants us to be free. So just know when we go through these things, there's a reason for it. And it doesn't feel good when you're in the thick of things, but gosh, our soul's got a plan. The universe has got a plan. Everybody's got a plan. And we're all working together to help each other. If we can truly just believe that we will be successful in our missions and our journeys and write a brand new story for ourselves. I know this video is a little bit long today. It's Friday. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all the comments. It's great to hear from all you guys. And I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks so much. Bye.